Hello. So, this is not wine. This is Celsius, like the packet. Because my shaker bottle broke, spilled all down my front. I had to go change my shirt because I was soaked in my Celsius. So I transferred it over to the only tumbler that I had available in my office, which was this wine tumbler. So cheers to drinking your energy out of your wine tumblers. Hey, Carrie. All right. I'm doing my makeup today, but I actually want to talk about just like morning routines in general. I'm not gonna like tell you what all my products are or whatever. I'm just gonna put it on and go from there. So as I set up, I love morning routines. I love doing the same thing every morning, and when I don't, it really throws me for a loop. Like, I don't function well when I'm not in my routine. Now, I will say I create a new routine if I'm like traveling, or if I am like on a like real vacation, or even if I'm at like a conference or whatever. I make sure that I have a routine. So even if it's in a new location, my routine consists of like the same things in order. I will also say it's never at the same time. I don't wake up at the same time every single day because my son doesn't wake up at the same time every single day. So when I'm taking him somewhere, or like school or an activity, I don't always have to take him to the same place at the same time. So all that to say, my routine does look different day by day. However, it's only the times really that change. It's not really the like process that changes. All right, I think I've got all my stuff. I'm just trying to make sure it's like the right, I have two different sponges. I want to make sure I have the right one. All right, so what does my routine consist of? When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is go pee, right? Like, especially I drink hot tea at night and water. And so when I wake up, I'm like, holy crap, I really have to go pee. So the first thing I do is pee, wash my hands, and I splash water on my face, but I don't like wash my face until later. So I splash water on my face, and then I go out to my kitchen, turn on the lights, and I know this looks white. I promise it's about to change colors. I go out to the kitchen and I turn on the lights. I turn on my espresso machine, and then I take the dogs out. Once I bring the dogs in, I feed them, make sure they have water, and then I start my coffee. My husband has this thing where he will not drink coffee for like 30 minutes to an hour after he wakes up. That is not me. And I like to sip my coffee while I make breakfast, while I pack lunch. And so that's what I do next. I start breakfast. And some days my son is at his dad's house in the morning, but I still go pick him up and take him to school because his school is on my side of the county, but his dad is on the other side. So it really depends on if he's at our house or not, whether I am doing this at 6 a.m. or if I'm doing it at 6:30, 6:45 a.m. Because our house is like 7 minutes from the school, if that. That's like with traffic. So I make breakfast, sip my coffee. I do scroll social media at that time, like while I'm sipping my coffee and his his breakfast is cooking. And when I'm scrolling social media at that time, I'm like scrolling stories, I'm checking in with people, so I like respond to their stories. And I might even say like most of their stories are from the night before, because I have a lot of friends that don't live in my time zone. So I'm responding to something that was technically like my yesterday. But that's okay. I like knowing what they're up to. I like seeing all their updates, and I like being involved even if it's through a phone. So then once breakfast is ready, I call my son down or I pack it to go in the car. And that's when it's like good talk time, to get everyone in like a positive vibe for the day, right? There's no serious conversation. It's more like a reminder of like who you are. So he's either sitting eating breakfast and I'm talking to him while I'm finishing my coffee, or we're sitting in the car and just talking about like, you know, how friendships are so good for our soul, and how the day is looking outside. So like today it's super gray and cloudy and rainy, and so we're talking about like how we can be like happy about it, like, oh yeah, the grass needed this, or that means spring is coming, or whatever. And I try and keep it like light and just, hey, the day's coming type of thing. And then he goes to get ready, or like I said, if we're already in the car, then I give him just his time to like chill and listen to his own music and his AirPods. Or if we are at home, he goes and gets ready. And I take that time to get ready myself, in terms of like I brush my teeth. That's when I wash my face, and then I put on like decent enough clothes to drive in Car Rider Line, right? To drop him off. So then once I've dropped him off, no matter what kind of morning it is, I come home and I have Bible time. So I drink water. Sometimes I drink tea as well, like hot tea, like ginger or something, like to help your like digestive tract start the day. And that's when I read my Bible and I just sit in the quiet and start my day in the right way. And so no matter if the rest of the morning was like chaotic, I have that time to like ground myself, recenter myself, start my day on like a positive note and by myself, right? I think a lot of people forget, like, you still need you time. This is the time to like not feel lonely, but to be alone. And I think a lot of people miss that step in their routine. Like they just get up and fully immerse themselves in like everybody else's stuff. And I think you just really need to take time to be alone in the morning and just listen to nothing. And just reflect on the day before, reflect on what you want your day to be, and then get started. And so my routine then consists of, I have to have something that's like really uplifting. So that's when I listen to like my praise and worship music, and I like blast it if my husband's awake. If he's not awake, I pop in my headphones and blast it there. I do love other music while I'm working, but that praise and worship music is really like what gets me going. So I usually listen to it like while I put the dog's beds on the floor and turn on my husband's sports center. I watch it too. and maybe clean up the kitchen, because sometimes I am a little chaotic when making breakfast and lunch, or like packing his lunch. So I have to kind of clean up my mess. And then I usually make another cup of coffee, or I reheat the one that I started earlier if I didn't really finish it, because sometimes that happens. Oh, Carrie, thank you. That is Hustler. That's my favorite. So I rotate between Hustler, Bashful, and Go-Getter. Diva is a little too berry dark for me. It's not my favorite, but there are times that I'll wear it depending on like my clothing choices for the day. So like if I'm dressing up and I need that color, then I'll wear Diva, but it's not my favorite. But I am excited to see what other cheek balm colors we're getting, because I love Hustler shade. Like I love this color on me. It's pretty much the only one that I've like worn out. Like I probably don't have a lot left of that. But I would love it in a cream or like a balm base. I think that would be a good thing for me. So yeah, I love having that routine set for me, so that when I actually like walk up the stairs to my office, I'm like ready to work. Like I've got my creative juices going. I'm ready to, drink that second cup of coffee. Or like today I chose Celsius and the cup chose Violence because it spilled all over me. But today I chose Celsius because I was a little hot already. It's muggy out, and so I was like, you know what? I need something cold. I'm gonna opt for Celsius today. And once I'm in my office, I'm like good to go until I need like a lunch break. And just having that routine where I do the same thing every day, no matter what time I start or what time like I get going, I have that routine every day. And it's just like I don't know, it's like a security blanket for me. Knowing like, okay, these are the steps I'm going to do. It's proven to like keep me or get me and keep me in a better mood and like be more productive when I do that. And so I really focused on my morning routine last month. My friend Mary hosted a like goal challenge group over on Facebook. And that was my goal, was to focus on my morning routine, get it down to where I was like, this is it. This is what gets me going. And this is like how I can be my best self and productive all day. And let me tell you, when I focused on that and I honed in and like really made my routine my own, gosh, y'all, look at all these fuzzies. When I made it my own and like tailored it to like work around like my son's schedule and my schedule and my husband's schedule, it doesn't matter if like we have appointments that day. It doesn't matter if we have like a bunch of stuff on our calendar. It doesn't matter if I have a ton of work to do or I'm taking the day off. Having that morning routine be the same every single day, just to like bolster my mindset and like center me. It's amazing. So if you don't already have a morning routine, I highly suggest like finding what works for you and really like focusing on that to get you in the best mood for every single day. Like you can tackle anything when you have a solid routine down. And you have to put in time, right? Like you have to know like, okay, I have to wake up at this time to make this routine work for me, or I have to have this amount of time in the morning, no matter what time you wake up, to do this routine. So maybe the first week you like time it out. Maybe you figure out like, okay, sometimes I might need to take this step out, but the rest is there, so it's fine. Like, whatever you gotta do to make it through the day in the most positive way possible is what you need to do. Ooh, that one had a lot of color on the end. Oh, and the last part of my routine has been doing my makeup every single day. I don't like wearing a ton of makeup. I don't like having like a heavy amount on, but doing my makeup every single morning has legit put me in like a, okay, I'm ready, let's go mindset. I feel good to like say I stop work at like 11 and I go on a lunch date. I don't have to like stop to do my makeup. It's already done. Even if I'm just wearing sweats and a t-shirt, which is what I'm in right now, even if my hair is hot, messy, expressy, and a scrunchie and it's all over the place, my makeup's done. I feel put together. I feel like it doesn't matter if I go to Walmart, Target, wherever, I'm not going to look like a zombie mombi. So put on a happy face, get a morning routine down, and let me know how that works for you. Try it for a week, try it for a month, and see what kind of shift it makes in you and the rest of your day. So, hope this helps. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.